Hello and welcome to another Bot Bash tournament. I am Unnormalism and this is Dawn of War Soulstorm Warhammer 40k. And today in this Bot Bash tournament we have the Tau facing off against the Necron. And if you're not familiar with it, how a Bot Bash tournament works, 2 bots enter, 1 bot leaves. We just see how they go. The map is Eris Badlands. This is the last time we're going to have to look at this map. I don't know why I kept it all on the same map. I think the next map is going to be either a bigger or a smaller map. Using the AI skirmish mod, there's a few new options, including big armies. And I think I might click that and just put it on a really big map for the next round. And just let the AI go at it and see what happens. Hopefully it makes for a violent experience. The rules are annihilation to kill the enemy. Take and hold for critical locations, or what's it called? Area control? I believe it's area control. Owning the most strategic points. So either own the most of the blue points on the map, own this one significant point in the middle on the map, or absolutely annihilate your enemy. And it should be an interesting showing, because I love the Tau. When the Dark Crusade came out, these two teams were overpowered. They were undoubtedly overpowered. I think everyone saw the Necron and they went, oh my god, this team's overpowered. And then as people learned how to deal with the Necron, as Soulstorm came along, balancing sort of came into play, people went, oh my god, we were just ignoring the Tau the entire time. Because the Tau are disgusting. Their Fire Warriors are better than most teams like snipers as anti-infantry unit. And their Fire Warriors are just their standard troop. Which is no surprise that this is my favorite team. You stand back, you shoot. Tau in their traditional Tau colors. I believe we've got Necron in their Korriver colors, but it's very hard to tell. You can see the trimmings, but very hard to tell with Necron because of their green glowing theme. And it's the same with the Dark Eldar. The sort of green glow overrides the rest of them. And I know that's very true to the Necrons because they have the green glowing insides, but it is a little bit disappointing that you can't really see the color schemes shine unless you make them completely overpowering. So how do I think this game is going to play out? I want to hand it to the Tau, but I don't know if they'll win. I'm biased. They are my favorite team. I think if they get some battle suits, they set up a line somewhere, the Necron will never be able to beat them. However, I don't think the AI is that smart. I think the AI will get like Skyray missile ships. They'll fly in with missile ships and they'll be trying to shoot infantry with missile ships. And the Necron will just ignore it. Like, they'll get knocked about, they'll get knocked back and everything, but they'll just ignore the vehicles and focus on the infantry. And the Fire Warriors, like, they'll deep strike flayed ones into the mix. Basically, I don't think the Tau will perform as good as you would hope. I feel like through AI quirk, they will suffer. And even now, you can see this force moving out here across the map, when they should just be capturing more and more locations and building up defensively. Although, admittedly, the stealth suits can do that effectively on their own. And what is this? The Necron Lord has gone in. And this is one of the unique things about the Necron, is because they infantry doesn't capture their locations, their builders do, they can do this really weird early aggression type thing, which is going to trip up the AI so badly. And this is where bot bashes are so interesting, is because we're not looking at how players play, because players play much better than bots. They play much more intelligently. They can adapt and react to situations. Like, they can send a single squad here to just chase him off. AI don't know how to do that. I've been playing a lot of Age of Empires 2 lately, and what I like to do is I put on as many people as possible in a smaller map as possible. So 8 players on a small size map in teams of 2. And you just try different map types. And the AI is so quirky and strange with some of the things they do. If you have a map with where everyone starts with walls, the AI won't get beyond the wall if they're trying to get a boar that's on the other side. They will just clump up against the wall and just get stuck there. And it's just little quirks like that, really strange sort of things. Got one of the 2 relics. And so it's fun watching AI and watching how they play and watching the different quirks. Here we actually have quite a sizable force rolling up. It looks like it could do some real damage with 2 fire warriors, a croup squad to tank, and you got your tower commander. Does he have any upgrades on his gun? Yeah, he's already got the heavy flamer. That I don't know why he's chucking that down, but I guess I can't disagree. I think if you have the gas, always use that. Not in the early game though. When you get to the late game, you have infinite resources. Always use that ability. I don't know if there's a limit to how many you can have, but it's such a good ability. And even if your enemy is just trying to move a squad from one place to another and happens to trip over it, good. You've disrupted the enemy's movement and mobility. These wraiths are going to get chased off, presumably. Are they actually going to try and fight this? No, they might be able to take it. Will this cause the tower to retreat? No. See a Necron horde. This is actually what I'm worried about. Say the Necron takes the critical location. They no longer need to put their infantry to it. They just send hordes across the battlefield to attack the tower. But on the flip side, the tower could actually... ouch. Could actually take the lead here if the Necron aren't careful. Because the Necron... They're sort of pushing up, retreating, pushing up, retreating. This is scary. This is so scary. Seeing... Is that 2, 3 squads? I think it might only be 2 squads. 2 squads, 2 wraiths, Necron Lord coming at this listening post. Stealth suits are not going to drive this away. They could take that listening post, they could push on and take this out. They could just go for the kill. Tau could do the exact same. Tau, I think the difference is the Tau, I don't believe, are as effective against buildings. Like, look how much it's taking them to kill a single listening post in the obelisk. This listening post got destroyed. The 2 wraiths could have taken that. The Necron Lord are devastating in melee.
All weapons online.
Come on, just take it out. It's almost dead. A few more shots. But, that being said, if they get on top of the unit production... Took a shot. If they get on top of unit production, Necron won't be able to... Oh, okay, yeah, the Necrons are really quickly moving into a scary position. So what you need to do as the tower here is Crude, Fire Warrior, shoot. Stealth suit if the enemy doesn't have any anti-stealth, but I think they already do. You need something immediately. Start producing units. Start producing Fire Warriors. Put something in front of them. Get Vespids. Vespids are very disruptive. They're not strong, but they're very disruptive. This is not what you want to do, where you're running your Fire Warriors right past Necron Warriors. I guess the one advantage is the Necron are very slow, so the tower can roll past without taking too much of a hit. This is very rude. Builder Scarabs right in the enemy base. Do not lose your headquarters. If you lose your headquarters, you are out of this game, and that is dying so quick, and this is what I was talking about. The Necron can just roll on through where the Tau can't. The Tau have taken a lot of map control, but they don't... Oh, wow, that's cheeky. That's very cheeky. But they don't have military force, and they're getting distracted back here. They need to just run over here and kill all this, because that's down to half health already. Don't lose the game at this point. I don't even know if I'd fight this as the Necron. Just go for the headquarters. I don't think it would end the game, but it would set the tower so far back that they might not recover for a while. Dropping an ability, I'm not sure which ability that is, but I don't think it'll make too much of a difference. All of the Necron should ideally die here. With the exception of the Necron Lord, who should just be able to get the heck out of there. Fire Warriors are so devastating. They just need to keep on the field of fire. There's the Skyrick missile gunship, as I called. Too late, doesn't matter, they've got Immortals in the field. So that's not going to achieve much. Did the Necron Lord teleport away? He must have. Surely he didn't die. Yeah, there he is. Those Immortals are actually going to get taken down almost instantly. And the Necron Lord will be next. He's going to take so much damage. The missiles are actually sparing him right now, but there he goes. Oh, shredded. He should have teleported the other way. Oh my god. This is such a good fight, right? the Necron and Tau are polar opposites in strategy. The Tau are a stand back and shoot. The Necrons are good at, they're not good at getting up close, but they're good at sending waves and hordes at you. It doesn't matter how many you kill, because they can just send more. Their warriors are free, literally free. The only thing you pay is build time. If you build a second monolith, you can just right-click onto production of warriors, and it will just produce you warriors for the rest of the game. And it doesn't matter, because they're free. The only thing they're taking is infantry cap. At that point, you can do whatever you want with them.
Until take and hold victory.
And with the recall mechanic that the Necrons have, you can instantly recall your Necrons over, boom, to a listening post anywhere on the map to defend it. Pathfinders don't really need them. Not against the Necron. Do the Necron even have stealth units? Those platforms, destroyers, sorry. That destroyer will drive them away. Oh, how cool would a Dawn of War game be with all the new Necron stuff that's coming out? I don't know if you've seen it, but they got like four-legged spider walkers with these, green glaive weapons. Oh, I would love to see those in Dawn of War. I hope someone does that in a mod. There probably is a mod that already has that. It'd just be so cool. I would be all about that. Necron Lord doing the walk of shame now he's been revived. Gonna go lick his wounds. Quick, build something there and attack. Clear some of these things out on the left. A lot of messages build up there. I just don't like clutter sometimes. Broadside battlesuit, deploy! When he deploys, this fight is over. They do not win this fight with a broadside in place. They weren't winning the fight to begin with, but wham. Broadsides do so much damage, it is unreasonable. Obviously, the thing is they're a siege unit. They're like the siege tank from, StarCraft. But it's such an effective thing. I love it so much. That style of unit. I think everyone does. When you make a unit go into a deployed mode where they're completely immobile, but absolutely devastating for damage, it's just a cool unit. Here it is. We'll have to see how the tower responds and if they can respond. But the tower is starting to build up a significant death ball of ranged force. They really need to ignore their Skyrim missile gunships. I mean, they've got destroyers, so there's sort of a precedent for it now, but they really need like a drone harbinger. Drone harbinger would make a big difference. And the thing is, stealth suits are good against vehicles. What have you done? You just walked straight into that. Got absolutely wrecked for no reason. Necron might clinch this just because of that. Just because they've taken that position. And that's so frustrating. Because I know the tower better than that. I know they can do it. But this is the risk the tower will face. If they don't build up a significant death ball of firepower, of 2 to 3 fire warriors. Really, you want 3 or 4 fire warriors. I would say 3 is the minimum number of fire warriors for the tower to utilize. You want 3 fire warriors, you want at least 1 crude squad to play interference. You can have 1 or 2 stealth squads because you want the anti-vehicle. Broadside battlesuit, stompy, shoot to hell. You want that. Which one do you want to go into? Crutox. You want the Crutox? Crutox are amazing because they turn your squishy range team into beefy military, and that beefy military, like, you don't need the gunships. Hammerheads or whatever, you don't need those. They're not that special. If I'm to be entirely brutally honest. Don't need Skyrays either. However, Crutox, they bring you a big, beefy melee boy who stands in the front, takes all the fire from your enemy, while your much more powerful and devastating units stand in the back, doing all the work. We'll see if the tower get in here. I'd ideally think a stealth suit could just go and claim that nice and quickly, but we see battle suits coming out. I am mixed bag on the battle suits. I think the broadsides are better, just outright. But
Down the rain of fire.
arguably, there's nothing wrong with the broadsuits, the battle suits. They do bring a lot of firepower and they have the jump jets, but I just think that broadsides are better. You don't need the mobility. At least the bots don't need the mobility. I imagine in competitive play, it'd be a bit more relevant. I've just never seen a competitive game with Tower go that long.
4 minutes until taking hold victory.
Like, what goddamn game goes long enough that you see broadside battle suits coming out? I guess they're both battle suits. What games go so long that you see Crisis battle suits come out? I think I saw a Drone Squad, might have been... Oh yep, there's Drone Squad. Good, good. Devilfish Troop Carrier, not a big deal, but Drone Squad, get up in their grill. Do they force enemies into melee, or is it just like pseudo melee? Are they attacking? Oh yep, there they go, they're attacking. Yeah, so it's pseudo melee, it's not actually melee.
Setting stabilizers. Ready to fire. They cannot hope to win. Not let them get away.
All this anti-vehicle weapons being focused on the Necron Lord, just not going to do anything. But here we go, drone squads are going to tear him to pieces. I think the advantage drone squads have is, you know, no morale, and then they can just withstand damage. Not withstand damage, what they're good at is producing a million of them and never dying. That flamethrower is devastating the enemy. Or at least I imagine it is. Yeah, they're getting shredded just basically by that broadside. That crude shaker is dead pretty quick. And this is the death ball I was talking about. Still no fire warriors, which is very disappointing. There they are, fire warriors. Yep, they're providing crossfire. The tower really need to win this fight quick and get on that critical point. Whoa, everything was finished at once. Devilfish Troop Carrier, irrelevant. Transports in this game, I don't care much for them. I think they have a place. I understand that, you know, you need to get units around. That's relevant. But other than that, they're irrelevant in combat. Not nearly significant enough. 2 minutes. This is the deciding fights right here. Can the Tau actually pull it off a victory, or will the Necron stall them out? It's getting very close. If the Necron retreat now, they've handed it over. And it looks like they're retreating because they just don't have the numbers to fight. It's going to come down to like the very last minute. They just need to right-click one unit onto that and uncap it right now. Come on, guys. You can do it. You've driven the enemy off. Just take the point. Come on, Fire Warriors. Take the point. I'm getting stressed out now. Stealth suit. Go. Yes, it looks like they're moving in. Are they going to do it?
1 minute until taking hold victory.
Take the point. 1 minute. Take the point. It doesn't matter how many enemies there are. You're going to lose the game. I think the thing is, though, the Necron are trying really hard to keep hold of this position, but they're just sending units into the meat grinder. They're not winning this fight remotely. The Tau just need to right-click on the point. They're gonna lose. They're right here. They have everything. They're gonna lose because of this.
30 seconds.
Come on. I'm so sad. This isn't even a matter of favoritism. This is the team that is winning is going to lose for all the wrong reasons, and it's entirely valid. I said by the rules, it's entirely valid, but it's so frustrating. There's still time. Okay, there's no more time. So, the Necron will win this match. Hang your head in shame, guys. That was not a proud victory. Let's have a look. The Necron's military got slaughtered wholesale. No surprise. Army size didn't even compete. Like, they were pretty close. Resources, yeah, resources don't matter. Again, the winning team, all they had was reinforced units, less tech. less controlled points. They just captured the critical location once, and that was it. And unfortunately, that is enough. So, to recap, and I'll post it in the final screen, to going into the next round, the Necron will face the Eldar in a final showdown of grudge match, I guess. Good old Eldar versus Necron. And then I believe in the other side of the bracket, we have Space Marines versus Chaos. The winner of those two rounds will go into the finals, where they will face against the other top bot bash team. So we might see Chaos versus Necrons, Eldar versus Space Marines. It'll be interesting. And please write below who you think will win in the next round. It will be Space Marines versus Chaos. And please join me again for that one.